Okay, I'm going to try this again, since my phone did not start recording the first time. This lovely area you can see around me is Vernon Park. It's the closest open green space to where I live. Oh, there you go, there's one of the squirrels. Grey squirrels, that is. Although grey squirrels are not native to the UK, there's another one under that cedar tree there. Another thing that's not native to the UK. Grey squirrels are considered pests here for several reasons. One is they take up all of the red squirrels' habitats and their food, and they're a much hardier species, so when it comes down to the battle of the, survival of the fittest, it's the grey squirrel that wins. But it's not meant to be here. It was brought here in Victorian times because people thought they were adorable, and no one thought that they would interfere at all with the native red squirrels. And there's so few of those now, it's almost impossible to catch one anywhere outside of Scotland. There's a pigeon up there. Which reminds me, I still need to find my other pigeons. Well, there's a lot of pigeons up there. I don't know if you can see them, since the light's behind them. I have a pigeon at home too that needs a mate. Now you can see some of the Canadian geese. Probably should cut that part out, but I'm not going to. I get tongue-tied, it's just me. This lovely little blackbird here is a moorhen, I believe. Pretty sure it's a moorhen. There's another bird that looks very similar to it, that the name escapes me at the moment. But they're both native to here. One has red around its beak, one has white. Coot, that's what the other one is. Coot. Okay. Now you can really see the little group of geese. And then there's a couple of ducks heading toward me. If you look over there, there's lots of birds being fed just right now. The lady feeding them brings them food every day. She buys a super large bag of birdseed every week and comes every day to feed them. I sometimes get small bags and come and feed them. That's one of the entrances of the lane, I think, or a little spring that helps keep this filled. I mean, obviously this is man-made. It's not a natural lake. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this or not, but there is a tiny baby bird out there that looks to me, now I've lost it, a bit like a baby goose. So I guess gosling. But they're almost the same colour as the top of the water, so you have to look from an angle to see them. They're way over there now, you're not going to be able to see them here. And they're baby, that's baby moorhens. This one coming close to me is a adult moorhen. Water's actually pretty clear today as well. There is a team of people that come every other weekend to help keep this place clean. It's the first time in ages I've been able to look in the water and not see rubbish. The moorhen's crossing right in front of us now. Some little kids wanted to come and see from where I was standing, so I'm not gonna stay there because I don't want to record them. This spilled during a storm, I believe, but I believe they also left it for wildlife, and that's supposed to be a wildflower bed, but right now there's not much in there, although there are some daisies. Oh. Some little purple ones as well, but the name escapes me of yet again. My brain isn't working today. Another view from outside. I used to catch a lot of things on camera here, but it's been such a long time. Now, all of this is blackberries, which are called bramble here. You might see a few honeybees flying around, but it's a bit cool, so there may not be quite so busy bees today. Still wasn't going to do this. Oh, there's all tiny daisies too. Yeah, so Sean, if you're watching this, you know where I recorded them from now, or I took the other pictures from. I'm going to go far enough that you can see the bridge, and then I'm going to turn and make my way back home, because it's really busy over there and I don't feel like trying to navigate that crowd without recording anybody who doesn't want to be on camera. From this distance you can't identify them, so it's fine. Geese look very happy today, but it's threatening rain, so I suppose they would be. The only thing is, when I come here at night, it's rather terrifying because there are no lights. Now, I know this doesn't look that dark on the camera, but it's actually quite dark. If you look up, you can't see. This is a good place to shade from the rain. God knows how many times I've had to jump under here when it's raining because I've forgotten my umbrella, or because I've come out with the wrong clothes on and not realised how much the weather had changed from the days before. For those that like Pokemon Go, this has got 4 different, maybe 5 different Pokemon stops in it. And pretty sure there's a raid place set up in here too. I don't know, I haven't been on it the last few days. Although usually when I come through here and I'm on my phone, it's playing that and not just recording for the hell of it. I always love the walkways. Now they've got the trees planted. But if you look, you can tell where they widened the walkways. A few years ago, they widened them to go around those trees, but didn't bother doing it to those. You would have thought they could have centered it a bit more so that both sides would have had some roots still free. There's also a few trees missing where they've died off, where you can see these big gaps. That over there is a relatively new garden. It's been built in the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. There's a zip line over there somewhere. Actually, it might start up here. Yeah, you can see it over there. Nobody in the playground. Usually when I walk through here, all the school kids are out here. But the amount of times I see teenagers here in the evening trying to ride that bloody zip line with their weight bringing it almost touching the ground because it's not meant for them. But then you have all these little exercise stations too. They go all the way around the walking track. And I love that swing. It's like a basket you sit in, or you can lay in. See if I can get a better look. You can kind of see what I mean. Anyway, you can just lie in it and swing instead of sitting in a hard seat and holding on. The only problem is kids are always fighting over it. All of those little trees up there are fruit trees, planted both for the wildlife and for us to be able to forage when they're big enough to actually produce a fair bit of fruit. There's also chestnut trees further around that side over there where I'm pointing the camera at. There's 2 or 3 chestnut trees that were put down instead of horse chestnuts. So when it becomes sort of September, October time, maybe even into November, sometimes you can still find them. Usually at Christmas time, I've got a bag full to roast from here. There's a couple other places along the mainland that's got it, the main streets. You can see some more of the exercise stations down there. And up here. There's usually football games going on here, that's what it's for. Oh, I forgot to record the Queen Elizabeth thing. Oh well. And this is how I get out. It's one of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's either 5 or 6 entrances around the edges. It's the library. If you saw the building on the other side of the lake, that was the library. Right. Well, now that I have walked my sweaty ass around this place and been rained on twice, I'm going to go home. If you've made it through, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to do better, but we'll see. See you later, guys.